I do. Right. Because I'm a good lad, I went out and I treated myself to a Godin stove. It's looking a little bit tatty at the minute, but I'm going to clean it up and it's going to live in the back of the Simca truck. So here's today's job. Right, I need both hands to lift it. Right, that was actually quite heavy, believe it or not. Right, me eagle job's gonna take a back seat for a bit, just because I was tired working on it and I've completely arsed that up, but I'll come back to that in another video. So it's a Godin stove. It's French, which is handy because it's going into a French truck. If you lift the lid up, then you've got a little hot plate. Lift it up again, look down the hole, and if you pull that little knob, it does that. There's some other hole, there's another hole there and there, which I don't know what that does yet. That's seized. Come on, focus. Yeah. And that's seized because it's been sitting outside for a while. But that shouldn't take too much to free off. So I'm going to give it a clean up, make it look a little bit happier, take some of those rusty skid marks off and see what it's like. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to be making a new chimney for it, and this bit on the back there is a crack. Hold on. Right, I thought there was. So there's that crack there. I don't know whether that's going to make much of a difference or not, but I'll find out in a bit. So yep, there's a dirty hole. Yeah, I think wire brush down. I've got some stove paint just to clean it up a bit. Yeah, so give it a wipe down, wire brush up, fresh coat of paint, see how it looks in a minute. Right. There. All right, boys. Yeah. Yeah, little attachment I think for that bit. Yeah, it's getting a bit dusty. Right, let's get the drill. Is that exciting? Right, I'll put you on pause. I'll show you what it looks like when it's cleaner. I think I'll wire brush them in there and then show you what it looks like. Right, top's looking a bit happier. I think I need to get some air in just to blow out all the bits of rust from in there. I've used a bit of all-purpose enamel cleaner, also known as WD-40, which has cleaned it up a bit. I'm going to clean the rest up. That's a tad, yeah, that's very tight. So if I use the enamel cleaner, see if that makes a difference. I think I'll stick a bit in there as well. Right, is it going to come? Oh. Yeah, that knob was a bit tight. Giggity. There you go, I've loosened the knob off. Right, so that's what that does. Now I wonder what that hole's for. I dare say I'll figure it out in a bit. I think I'll straighten that up. Hang on, let's have it. Yeah, I think I'll just give that all a clean out in a bit. Make sure that's okay. Don't know if that would make a difference with there, but you know. Right. So if I poke that in there, does that actually do anything? No. Because there's another hole there. Yeah, I think I'll have to read the instructions. If I just scoot a bit on, that'll just clean up a bit. Oh, while I was cleaning up, you can see some of the metal rusted through there, so hopefully I've got some stuff to put on there, so with a bit of luck that'll just patch up. And then if I stick some stove paint over the top, then hopefully you won't see it. As long as smoke doesn't come through, that's what counts. So, right, I'll give this a wipe down and then see what it looks like in a bit. Right, that's a lot cleaner than it was. I'm gonna put some milliput together. There's two bits, so I'm gonna fill that in, smooth it over, and then just put the last little bit of paint on there. Same with that crack, wherever it is there. I'll stick some milliput in there, and then once that dries I'll get that all painted off. I've managed to just clear out in there, found out that lifts down as well, so that's looking happier. Managed to clean the glass a bit, but can I hell get this bit loose? So I've had heat on it, I've tried all sorts of things to try and twist it, and it's not playing. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a little bit more heat just to see what it'll do, because it's starting to do something, but still just not. But it's looking a lot happier than it was. I think, well, what shall I do? Just to, there you go, bit of all-purpose WD-40. There you go. So that's looking happier now. Yeah, I had the wire brush on in there as well. So it tells you that it was made on the 14th of 40 Ember in the year 3720. So funny how they come up with that dates in France, but yeah. But this bit was made in 2122 by the boys. Right, there you go, that's looking a bit happier than it was. And this will probably be the only time I ever clean it. Oh, cat on the ceiling. Oh look, I've made another clean spot. Oh, right, now I've made a new mess. Right, that's happier than it was. There you go, that'll probably never ever get cleaned again by me, but hey, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing once. Right, I'm gonna have me tea and then I'm gonna continue on with this tomorrow. I think I might have to make a tool for that, and then I can sort of push and pull, yeah, and then break it probably. So right, I'll see you in the morning. Right, it's tomorrow now. Last night I took the door off and then I remembered that I've actually got rust remover stuff, so that's what's in there, looking not very pleasant. So I'm gonna see if that's actually made a difference, because I had it soaking in there and I'd scooted some underneath. So right, let's see. I need to put this somewhere. There you go. Right. Right, I'm gonna put this in the vise and see if it's made a difference. Hold on. And it's just as tight as it was. So tried drilling a little bit out, which didn't make any difference. I'm going to try a bit of a hammer and chisel bit just to see if it'll break off. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to have to drill that all out and just see if I can weld a new bit on. So, hello. How you doing? Not very much. Right, that's what she thinks of that. Right, let's have another bit faff, see what happens. Right, decided to change tactics a bit. And I actually went in with a grinder and a hacksaw just to see if I could crack the sort of rust weld that had happened, and ta-da! So that's good. I don't have to drill it out or anything like that. And the good thing is, if I can find it, this, which I pulled out me scrap pile, fits. So it was straight, which shows you how much force I've been putting into it to see if I can get it to turn. But the end's a bit chewed up now, but you know, I can tidy that up with the file. But yeah, it looks like, well, clear the dust off, we're actually pretty much good to go. So everything's done. Oh, it's not done because I need to get some milli put for there and the crack, which is around the other side, whichever side it's on again. Never used it before, but apparently it is decent stuff. So I'm going to do that, let that go off, paint it, and then I'm going to work on the chimney for it. Get in. Right, I've filled me crack in, diggity, and I've filled me hole in, which I believe is okay. So read the instructions. Apparently it takes 3 to 4 hours to go off properly. Probably nearer 4 hours today because it's not very warm. I've got it just for those 2 jobs, so there's still about over 90% of it left. So I think what I'll do is I'll just sort of go around these bits. I'll fill in behind there and, you know, around there and in there. Well, basically anywhere where there's a crack, there, and anywhere else I find up there, just to tidy it up. So yeah, right, so there's that job done. So what I've got is loads of this, and it's a little bit smaller diameter than that. So I'm gonna need to work out what I need. So I can still make it like a bigger collar to go around, that's not a problem. I just need to work out how much I need to make the chimney, the removable chimney, to fit in the truck. So, and I think I've got some thinner, lighter stuff somewhere as well, which would be nice. So right, I'm going to have a little bit measure up and a bit faff on, see what I can do. Right, while that milli put's drying off, came out the truck to see how it'll fit. So the middle of the, what do you call it, exhaust, the chimney thing, flue, whatever, is 25 inches high. So there's 25 there, which is way too low. So I want to keep it fairly low, so I'm going to have a bit of a base just to protect the timber underneath, but it's going to have to come up to about 45, because I'm going to make a big blanking plate to go in there where the chimney will fit through. So I'm going to need about 20 inches of internal flue, then go out, I think, on a bit of an angle and then up. So right, what I need to do is see if I can find that thinner stuff. So there you go, there's another job. Right, that didn't take much finding, so let's see. That measures. Let's try that again. Oh, giggity. Right, so there's more than enough. So I can do the upright bit in there, the angle that goes out, and then the bit that goes up. Did that make sense? So it's going to go up, out, and up. So that should be enough. It's quite light, so I'm guessing it's aluminium. So I hope it doesn't melt. Right, I'll go and get a magnet, see what it's like. Right, back in the garage. So I'm going to let that all dry off, and then I'm just going to give it a rub down with a bit of sandpaper and then paint it over, and then it'll look prettier. So right, this one is definitely aluminium, and it's nice and light, where it's narrower than that. It's also narrower than that, so it fits in there, so I can actually make a little reducing colour so it'll fit. But I don't want to use much of this because it is quite heavy. I'm sure I had some thinner stuff somewhere. So I'm going to work out, sit and scratch my head, work out how to use that which is nice and light and hopefully won't melt. Maybe a little bit of that for just the connecting colours and stuff. Rub that down, paint that. Yeah. So I think I'm going to have a sandwich and a cup of tea, then wait for this to dry. Yeah, scratch my head a bit more. Right. Turns, look. Right, let's get some dinner. Right, had my sandwich, cup of tea, afternoon nap. So that's painted up, cleaned up, rubbed down. So even if I put the light on, there you go. Can't see the crack, Godin. So that's looking a lot happier. And I'll show you around the front. Hold on. Right, now there's a couple of bits that I've missed for cleaning up, but never mind. It's not going to stay clean. So all that's all filled in. That's all filled in around there. So that's looking happy. I've got that. I didn't flatten it off that well, but it's a lot better than it was. So that works. That works. Oh, that one's cleaning up a little bit, but that's out. That was loose, so I just put some really put on there, filled in a few bits. I jazzed up the ashtray. So that, I think, is pretty much done. So I'm mostly happy with that. In fact, yeah, I think I'm a bit more than mostly happy. So that looks all right. I'll get some of the dust off. Right, I'm going to give that one last little clean and then start on the chimney. There you go, that's a bit happier. So let's make a start on the chimney. Right then, these are probably still hot. Just warm. So first bit going in there, I'm going to put something around just to sort of help fill that up. Then this gets welded on like so. Then I'm going to have the aluminium bit fit in the top, and I'm going to have another elbow but probably about 45 degrees, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, there's the bottom one tacked in, and there's going to be a 45 degree one. So that was cut at 2 lots at 22.5 degrees to get that. So I'm going to have a length in between there and then another bit going out there. I might do another one of these, I don't know, but it might be just quite quaint just to have the chimney coming out the side of the truck at an angle. But I'll get it finished and then I'll see what it looks like. Right, got these welded up. I thought I'd try an experiment. So this was a little bit smaller than that, so I thought if I just put loads of little spot welds around, that'll make it quite snug. So that goes in quite canny. And what I've done inside, I've got that rim there for the pipe to sit on, but also this top bit, which I've just done, I can still feel the heat off, is going to help just give it a bit of a seal. So there you go, that doesn't move, so I can actually get a bit of, if it does puff a little bit of smoke out, just get some fire cement or a bit of heat proof silicone or something like that to go in. And then I've actually done the same again here, and then that actually is going to sit on that way because it's going to point outwards. But what I think I'm going to do is actually just sort of stick some extra little welds on just to go a bit sort of industrial steampunk chic, because I can. Yeah, get in, that's working out all right. Right, I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Right then, here we go. So got that like that, that's looking canny. So I've got this now set up just in rough. So this is the side you're going to see it from the back of the truck. It's supported at the minute by that piece of angle iron, because what I think I need to do is just help secure it with some self-tappers, which is easy enough done. I think this top pipe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one of them, but not today, because it's leaning over rather a lot. So I just need to get, I don't know, about there halfway up, stick another one of them on, and then it'll point straight up. And I might put a little swirly thing on the top now. So, but let's have a go. And yeah, if I can bend down far enough. Is it lighting? No, is it shite? There you go, it's away now. Oh, hold on, let's close the lid. Oh, I can open me vent up. Look at that. Oh look, there's my chimney works. And I'm about to gas myself to death in a bit, but oh, there's a little bit of smoke coming from right. Oh, I know what that is. That was just some was it WD-40 or something like that that was on there, so that's just burning off, but that's okay. Oh, and then I can do my little in and out thing just to jiggle it along. Yeah, it could do with a little bit more draw, but right, so let's close that down. I still don't know what those two holes are for. Air vents, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully that is just oil burning off. Yep, that's getting hot. Ah, there's a little bit of smoke coming from there, but yeah, it's definitely smoking. Right, I might need a bit more milliput or something to go around there then, if that's the case. Oh yeah, that's definitely smoke wafting out. Or, how is it coming out of there? I'll have a bit practice and a bit experiment, but am I still flaming? No. Yeah, it was only a few bits of cardboard and that anyway, but no, it's still going, still going. Yeah, and it's still smoky, but yeah, bit of smoke inhalation never hurt anyone much. Right, well the good thing is, with my dodgy camera work, there's no smoke coming out there. There's no smoke coming out me crack, giggity. But there is smoke coming out the top. So I need to work on that a bit. How hot is that? Right, do I need to do anything with that? I don't know. Yep, that's hot. Overall, even though it's a bit smoky in here now, I'm quite pleased with that. So over the next couple of days I'll do that extra elbow, and then if I live I'll put a little swirly thing on the top just because. Yeah, and then the next time you see it, oh come on, zoom out, where's the zoom gone? So as I was saying, the next time you see it, it'll be in the truck and all finished, and I'm going to celebrate by doing a bacon sandwich. So it was getting a little bit smoky there, so right, I'm going to get my tea and do my laundry ready for work in the morning, so I'll see you in a bit.